Fragrance tier list. The F tier is reserved for fragrances that I would never wear. I wouldn't even think about wearing out of my entire collection. There's fragrances that I don't like, but I would still wear. These three fragrances I absolutely would not. Xerjoff Cosmorati Italica, way too sweet and it gives me a headache. Same thing with Whiff of a Waffle Cone. Whiff of a Waffle Cone is just ever so slightly better in my opinion. And then Herod, this is just absolutely terrible. Probably the worst out of the three. Just smells like a dirty cigar. Even Versace Blue Jeans isn't in the F tier, so that shows how bad these fragrances are. In the D tier are fragrances that I would have to be in a very weird mood to ever wear. Creed Aventus Absolute. This is a worse version of Aventus. It also costs significantly more and you get less liquid. Not good. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. This fragrance doesn't smell terrible. It has this really weird metal smell every time I smell it. I thought it was just this bottle. I smelled it in store. It's not. The fragrance smells like metal. It doesn't smell that bad though. It's a little bit synthetic. It's like a better version but worse version of Nautica Voyage. Every time I re-smell Azzaro EDT Intense, it makes me realize how much more I hate this fragrance. It is so incredibly basic, but in a bad way. And these two, they're just terrible. This one's like a pistachio fragrance that just smells awful and headache-inducing. And Zanzibar, I could barely put this in D tier. In the C tier, we just have a few mediocre fragrances. Sauvage Elixir smells good in my opinion. However, it's very expensive, very strong, and a lot of people don't seem to like it. And it just seems to be overpowering every time I wear it. Prada Amber Pour Homme. This is Prada L'Homme EDT before Prada L'Homme EDT. It is a more powdery barbershop version of that fragrance, which just makes it a lot worse in my opinion. I don't think I'd wear it very frequently, but yeah, it doesn't smell terrible. Office for Men by Jeremy Fragrance. This smells like if you layered Creed Aventus, Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, a bunch of other basic freshies like Percival, Mont Blanc, just all these basic freshies into one, and it just makes it too much. It does not smell good. It doesn't smell that good. In the B tier, we have Creed Silver Mountain Water, Dior Homme Parfum 2025, and Roja Elysium. Roja Elysium is a great freshie, however, I don't really enjoy the dry down of this fragrance, and it doesn't last that long. It's also pretty expensive, so I mean, it's B tier, it's decent. The new Dior Homme Parfum 2025 is just Dior Homme Intense, but slightly worse, so of course it's not going to be a bad fragrance. Dior doesn't really release bad fragrances in my opinion, but it's not great, so it's B tier. And lastly, Creed Silver Mountain Water. This fragrance is a very nice fougere green, fresh fragrance. It doesn't last that long, but it projects pretty well on my skin. And it honestly can last pretty long depending on your skin type. I've seen this last around 10 hours on some people and an hour on others. Good freshie, no complaints. Definitely a compliment getter. However, I just can't rank it any higher. Moving into the A tier, we have these three amazing fragrances. Louis Vuitton Afternoon Swim, you guys know this by now, smells amazing, like a juicy ripe orange, doesn't last long. Parfums de Marly Haultain. If you could own one masculine fragrance or just one fragrance for special occasions, it would be this one. This one is so nice, just a praline, oud, masculine scent with saffron. I don't even know what I smell in this fragrance, but I like it. Wave Child by Room 1015 is the best fragrance, hands down, based on purely smell. However, this fragrance seems to literally last an hour on my skin, which I just can't do. It literally lasts like less than an hour, pretty much. I would say Afternoon Swim even has better performance than this fragrance. Say what you want, but this is every S tier fragrance in my entire collection. Stefan Humber Lucas Pink Boa smells like a pink lemonade. Doesn't last that long, but the smell's amazing. Same thing with Electric Cherry. Smells absolutely divine. Doesn't last that long. Smell makes up for it. Parfums de Marly Percival. Lasts long. Smells great. Great everyday scent. I know it's basic, but it just smells so darn good. I can't get enough. Citrus woody fragrance. MFK Aqua Media. My probably favorite fragrance almost ever. It's just a fresh, clean fragrance. Very green, amazing. I smelled it in store, fell in love. And Louis Vuitton Imagination smells like soap. One of the best freshies and one of the best dumb reach fragrances you could ever buy. Obviously, there's more fragrances in those categories. Those are just a few. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you boys later. Peace.